chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up, and welcome to a lunchtime in the lab. Live on Twitter, live on YouTube. If you're watching me on Twitter today for the first time, or it's been a while, come on over to YouTube. Live every single day, unless there's something going on. Obviously, we know. I was just off the last couple of days for my son's birthday. I got a 4-year-old now. He turned 4 yesterday. He had hopefully, I suppose the time of his life. But man, that place we went to is crazy. It was called Kalahari. It's next to Cedar Point, or pretty close to Cedar Point. Man, like indoor water park. See, what sucks is he had to be 42 inches tall, and he's like 40. But he still had a blast. He didn't know he was missing out on the big water slides or anything like that. But like, man, 6 months from now or something like that, he probably would have been able to ride them, but he was too short, and they were like big time on like trying to measure kids and stuff like that. So honestly, I mean, the indoor water park, there's like a kids section. He still had like honestly like four water slides. I mean, I was chasing him up and down the stairs. My hips hurt so bad from running around after him. A lazy river that was like massive. A wave pool was pretty cool. And then outdoors, there was like 15 slides for him. And then there was these massive, like huge slides for adults and stuff that obviously we didn't do. But man, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was glad to get a break or be able to do that. But it's nice to get back into, back to playing Indigenous sports and stuff. But it's kind of nice to have your phone down, and like literally didn't have my phone on me like the entire time, just kind of reset and stuff, and then Sunday we have his birthday party. So I've got a lot. I got to clean the garage today at some point. I got to go to Lowe's to buy some stuff for a sign she wants to make, but she accidentally took my wallet with her to work. So I don't have money right now. So it's a mess. But let's go ahead and get into it. Appreciate those of you popped in. Marcus, I did get the trampoline up. It was hot. I got it done pretty well. There's one part that's still kind of weird, like the netting I kind of struggled with, and I thought I had it, and then I realized that the piece kind of popped out again. So I don't know. I'm probably just gonna leave it. Like my backyard slopes a little bit, and I have it down to where I think it's pretty flat, but like when you're on it, you can definitely feel that it's like got a little angle to it. So I don't know. I mean, he weighs like 30 pounds. So like he really can't tell or anything. So we'll ride it. Where's my button? There it is. All right, we're just gonna stick with the whole let's research together thing, because it's been working. Let's see. There's my Twitter. Okay, real quick though. So super tired. My feet hurt. I also, when I was building that trampoline, I accidentally like kicked apart and like split my pinky toe from like the nail down. So like that kind of hurt at the water park, and I went for a run this morning, so I had to like band-aid it up pretty good, but I was able to get it done. But anyway, it's super hot outside. I have like zero intentions of doing more than I need to, so I didn't put up my green screen or anything like that. Real quick, beer money picks as usual. Link in the bottom here on YouTube, at the top in my bio on Twitter. Now officially up 100 units on the month, the year, the month. That'd be crazy. On the year, I don't know if we're halfway through. Well, we're probably just about halfway through on the year, right? You would think that like June, like 15th is roughly halfway. So I'm on pace for, a 200 unit year, which I think is pretty solid. 320 career. So if you're interested in getting, all the official plays, everything like that, outside of just what we talk about on, the quote unquote free side of things, doing the podcast here, which is always going to be free. Check that out, obviously there. Also, got a link for the merchandise store in the bio. If you are interested in buying a t-shirt, checking it out. Once again, said it before, not trying to get rich, trying to grow. Trying to grow the brand. Speaking of growing the brand, I got 1,100 followers on our subscribers on YouTube. So that's fantastic. If you're watching on Twitter, like I said, and you have not come over to YouTube, gotta subscribe. Hit that button. I got 1,000 people that have hit the dang thing already. All right. Anyhow, missed you guys too. What's up, TJ? What's up, Tim? I swear that had said Tom before. Am I crazy? Did you change that, or have I always just been calling you Tom Cruise for no reason? Okay, day baseball today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 games. 7 of the 9 games are starting. You know, considered to be day baseball, I suppose. I don't know if you call the Orioles and Yankees considered to be a day baseball game or not. I think so. In terms of weather today, the only one that's got rain issues is the Rockies and the Dodgers here. There's a chance of that. The early up is back. I'll have to look, TJ. I meant to look at my like boost and stuff. I didn't even do it. Let's see. I do not have it yet right now. 50% parlay profit boost. I like to use those, the 50% on DraftKings, the 50% profit boost for like leans, like stuff that I like I wanted to play, but like didn't quite make it or something. Oh, also speaking of the Discord, we're doing the 10K challenge just on Canadian football. So unfortunately, the last game on Sunday didn't have any alt lines up, but this one does have alt lines up, thankfully. Actually, there's alt lines on all of them. So tonight will be game day 3, and hopefully we can make it all the way to 3, 4, 5, and 6 and everything like that. Yeah, Trent, they do that sometimes for like matinee games. Like it's just for the day games or whatever. What's up, dear? Watching from home. I knew you missed me. That's my wife, everybody. All right. Yeah, I don't have the early up promo, but okay, anyway. What was I saying? So the Rockies and the Dodgers have a chance of rain. Game starts at 3:10, like 4, 5, 6 o'clock. All of it was saying like there's a chance of rain. So I thought about taking Ty, was that Black under his outs, but it's juiced pretty like minus 150 or something like that. And it just almost didn't really seem worth messing with it, to be completely honest. Mainly because I think the Dodgers are probably going to hit him pretty well. But also it's one of those that it's like if he starts pitching and it ends up raining, he's going to get knocked out. Minus 150 for minus 15.5, but honestly, there's a WNBA game at 12 today, for real. Wait, what the hell did I say? Oh, he's pitched pretty well at home though, so I kind of backed off of that. Why is there a WNBA game on 12 today? I don't though, real. I didn't even know about it, to be completely honest. I'm usually only betting on it when there's a boost. When like FanDuel has like the 30% boost, I can do like a builder or I'll do like the no sweats and stuff like that. But I don't got anything. Man, what Angel Reese plays for them, right? The true all-star of the WNBA. Man, speaking of WNBA, I had a builder going yesterday. I just needed Skylar Diggins Smith to make 1-3. That's it, to cash. She shot the ball one time, the least amount that she shot the entire time. So you gotta love it against a team that gives up the most threes. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. My favorite play today is, well, let's backtrack. So if the early up promo was out, but if it really was going to be matinee type games, I really don't quite understand this Brewers and Padres line. Like I feel like the Brewers money line is a really good look here. Especially if they had an early up, but if it is, like I said, just day games, that wouldn't work anyway. Adam Azure has not been good. And you can see I got him up top here. I just haven't been able to pull the trigger, and because it's a late game, I was thinking about maybe backing off of it, and we'll save it to, win some bets in the day during the day, and then maybe come in on it late today. Obviously, I had William Contreras as my. I also like damn near ran out of time to even put that graphic together, but um, he's got a 2.05 whip. I mean, the guy's walking here. I mean, we'll just pull it up here. Um, So he's pitched 3 times. The guy's walked 13 guys already, 6, 3, and 4. Dude's got a walk problem, which obviously isn't a great look, especially going against the Brewers, who is a pretty strong hitting team. Um, let's see, earned runs. He's given up. He got blasted by Arizona. So he, kind of he's back at home here again. When there's one game he pitched at home, he got killed by Arizona. We know that the Brewers, um, let's see, hitting. The Brewers have the eighth best batting average, but if you go against right-handed pitchers, let's see, first righty, they have the second best batting average against right-handed pitchers, which is what this Adam Mazur, whatever. I I don't know. Like I said, it's a late game, so I'm probably not gonna mess with it right now. Um, But I feel that either him to give up 2.5 earned runs or the Brewers' first 5 is a pretty good look here because of the control issues that he has. I mean, if the guy walks, I mean, against the Brewers, man, the Brewers are a good hitting team. If the Brewers walk, they catch a couple free bases or something like that. I just feel like they're going to be able to put up some good runs against them. My fear with the earned runs allowed deal, he gave up just 2, because he got yanked in the 3rd inning against the Mets. So you have that fear that he could get pulled early kind of thing. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, their bullpen, I mean, is like kind of banged up. Like, not really. Like, they've had 5, 6 guys pitch in the last 3 days, but they haven't thrown a lot of pitches. So realistically, like he still probably has some pretty good availability. So I would probably lean more towards. I keep opening the wrong tab. Probably the Brewers' first 5. That plus 120 scares me just a little bit, I suppose. I was looking at their like the full game team total, which is over 4.5, which isn't as bad or whatever. But I because it's so late. Yeah, I mean, I just felt inclined to kind of, mention it because I had it on there, but I don't think we probably run it quite yet. Probably just see how like the rest of the day goes. Um, Especially too, like I'm the type, like I don't like to give all plays that I'm gonna potentially put out like in VIP, like in beer money, um, at once because and especially I'm pretty sure last Thursday I remember texting the group chat of like the cappers in there, and I was like, man, Thursday baseball is just as bad as Sunday baseball nowadays. And so we'll see if we get that same Thursday baseball action, but you have some of these are like end of series going into Friday, Saturday, Sunday type series or Saturday, Sunday, Monday type stuff. Whereas Sunday is a normal travel day, like Thursday is a potential travel day as well. So you kind of run into some of those issues. Also have Canadian football on today that I could potentially bet on, that group that can, pull away for some units if I want to save that for something else. So that being said, we can even just go down the line here. Diamondbacks and Nationals. I think the Nationals probably beat up. I'm sorry, the Diamondbacks beat up on the Nationals in this game. To be honest, you got some guys that've got some pretty good history against Mackenzie Gore. In fact, I don't know why it had gone away. Like I don't know why a lot of these games are locked. But I liked Gurriel to hit a home run today. Like he's got 3 hits on 3 at bats against Mackenzie Gore. Oh, there you go. Now it's back up. So, I think he was going to hit him well. And, some of the, he's got, some of their, at least their top 2 or 3 hitters have hit well against Gore. So I think they get after it. I think that you see, I'm pretty sure Gore's a lefty, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Diamondbacks hit lefties really well. So Mackenzie Gore under his pitching props was something that I liked, but it's another one that's kind of juiced that I just didn't want to. Oh, maybe it's not juiced. Maybe I was just nervous about it. My lean was Mackenzie Gore under the 16 and a half for his outs, just because I think that the Nationals or the Diamondbacks are going to get to him. Not interested in the Rays and the Twins. Those are neither of those are teams that I'm really running to try to bet. Guardians versus the Mariners, though. Logan Allen, I like his outs prop over 15 and a half. Pretty small number. I like those numbers. So what this bet is, we are betting on whether or not he's going to pitch into the sixth inning, which is, I mean, that's what it is, right? So pitching in through the fifth is going to be 15. So the bet is whether or not he's going to come out into the sixth inning, and is he going to get an out? So we can see that. Let's see. In his last 5 games, he's over this in 3 of his last 5. That was probably 4 out of his last 6. It looks like, yeah, 4 out of his last 6. So I mean, he's still over this on the year. He's over this hitting at a 57% hit rate. At home, he's hitting this at a 60% hit rate, going over in 3 out of the 5. And then let's see, what was the other part of this? Let's see, how have they hit him? They got some guys that have, they got 3. I don't know if I'm pretty sure this is the official lineup, probably, since the game starts in like an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. But I mean, you see Garver, J-Rod, Moore, haven't hit him well. JP Crawford, he's got a couple hits on him. Haniger's got a couple hits. Ty France got a hit on him, probably, it looks like. But nothing crazy. Logan Allen's been a pretty average pitcher, to be completely honest. You see him going, going around this range of outs, just kind of in general. You can see pitches. He's pitched up into 99. A lot of times he was at 84 pitches, and they yanked him against the Blue Jays. It was probably a tight game or something like that. They wanted to get him out of there. There's other times he went at full 6 and only pitched 83. He went 100 and pitched 17. So it really just kind of depends. 93, pitched 16. So I mean, it seems like he probably got yanked a little early, unfortunately, right here in this game, which is a little scary, but I would say he was probably yanked early here. A stat you can't see on here, but I did see that he's over this in 3 of 3 day games this year, or 3 of the last 3, one of the 2. I can't remember what I read in particular, but in day games, he's pitched pretty well. He's been able to limit his pitch count pretty well. And then if we get into here, most importantly, we'll go against versus a lefty. The Mariners have the lowest batting average against left-handed pitching in the league. So meaning that they're not going to get on base, that, he should be able to limit some scoring against them, limit some hits against them, and he should do a pretty good job of getting through this Mariners lineup here. Looking at strikeouts, they strike out the 4th amount of time here against the Mariners, which could be good and bad, to be completely honest. We like to go against the Marlins a lot of times, because like they don't walk and they don't strike out a whole lot. So meaning that they hit the ball, pretty quickly, pretty regularly, and that keeps the pitch count pretty low. Who were we just talking about though? Mariners. Mariners walk, top 10, against lefties. So that is, a bit of a downside, but I don't think Logan Allen really walks that many guys though. I mean, 2 to 3, which I'd say is probably pretty average. So I feel good about it though. I feel good about having it at a 15 and a half, to be honest. Let's see. What's Cleveland's bullpen look like? So I mean, they've used almost, and they've used every available arm in the last 3 days. Scott Barlow, Gaddis, those guys probably those 2 aren't going to be available to pitch. More than likely, they pitch back-to-back days now. Avila, Heron, Smith, possibly. I don't know which of theirs is a closer, to be completely honest. But they bullpen's pretty average. I think they wouldn't hurt to see a bit of a longer game out of them. Like I said, we're asking for 15 and a half. There's some guys, like you look at like Trevor Rogers, who's always at 15. we're not really betting like, oh, I hope he gets into like the sixth inning. Like the guy's done it plenty of times. I mean, he's done it 8 out of 14 times. Like I said, he's done it plenty of times. 3 out of 5 at home and 3 straight or 3 of 3, whichever it is, during day games. So there's a lot of good things going for us. Not to mention that the Mariners are just not really hitting the ball very well, and they're certainly not hitting lefties very well either. So feel pretty good about that being the our official first play. Chris, Montreal covering the 6.5. Who are they playing? I probably have to research it, to be honest. Oh, the Red Blacks. Man, you know what, Chris? If you're still here, the Alouettes are pretty good, I think. They beat up on the Bombers in the first game. Montreal, the Alouettes are the defending Super Bowl champions, essentially, guys. It's called the Grey Cup. They're undefeated so far this year. They beat the Bombers, who have been one of the better teams. But then in the second week, the Ottawa Red Blacks just whooped up on the Bombers. The Bombers are supposed to be one of the better teams in the league. Bombers were missing their number one running back, though. Missing a wide receiver, I think. And I remember talking to Ty, and I was saying like, well, are the Red Blacks good, or are the Bombers just bad? And unfortunately, we just don't know right now. I like Cody Fajardo, I think. I always like his pass yards. Tough one, to be completely honest. I would almost lean with the plus 6.5, to be honest, just because we don't know. We don't really know if they're good or not. We've only seen one game. The Red Blacks had a bye in their first game. And the first week of the season of the year or whatever, they had a bye, which is super strange. We really don't know how good they are. Did they look good because they were playing the Bombers, or did they look good because the Bombers aren't good? And then the Alouettes, did they look good against the Bombers because the Bombers suck? I don't remember who the Alouettes beat the second time around. But I'd probably lean the plus 6.5 just because we don't really know. And it's so early in the season. Yep, Marcus, step 3. I need to actually decide. I've been doing my 10K challenge with $100. So 100 to 200, 200 to 400. So I have to decide whether or not I'm betting $400 tonight. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna back off that and just put the 40 on it or whatever it's supposed to be. Yeah, Crispy, Logan Allen, first play, 1.1. Okay, then going down the line again. Astros, White Sox. Chris Flexen, I think, is gonna be a good juice reducer to not get a win, minus 500, something like that, though. I was looking at that was something else. I can't remember. Spencer Arrighetti over his outs was something I was looking at pretty hard, because of how bad the White Sox are, to be completely honest. Over 15.5, but I feel like I took it off because there just wasn't enough for me to really like stand behind. It's one of those like more gut plays versus like a statistical type play. And I kind of like to run my MLB like with the backup stats. Chris, I like Jordan Jordan was my another leg that I had. This is a spot where, again, with Spencer Arrighetti here, like he just got murdered against the Tigers, so you would certainly think that there's going to be a bounce back spot. You kind of looked at him against the Cardinals here, bounce back well against the Giants. So the Tigers, is he going to bounce back well against the White Sox, who is 29th in WRC, batting average, on base percentage. I mean, they're second to last, dead last in every category. The White Sox don't hit the ball very well, but Spencer Arrighetti isn't necessarily like a dominant pitcher. This is certainly one of those like lean type plays. Like if I'm more, if I'm going to do it, like I said, I like to use my 50% on DraftKings, just like, hey, these are plays I thought I liked, but I didn't quite like get there. That's probably one of them. So just as like I said, we're just kind of talking through the games here because there's not as many, so we have a little more time to do that. Spencer Arrighetti would be one of my I like it, but not enough to probably play it straight. just like Mackenzie Gore. I'm gonna look at that actually real quick because I confused myself earlier, but I'm pretty sure I said I liked his under. Outs. Under 16. Oh yeah, because he's a lefty and Diamondbacks are hitting lefties, even through like the slump that they had gone on, like they're still hitting lefties pretty well. So you can see, I mean, it's 50%, and then at home it's 60%. Actually on the year, 56% at home on the year, 57% altogether. So I mean, he's still hitting the under, above a 50% clip. So that would have been my first lean if we were gonna run that. Like it's got to be 4 legs, so it would be Mackenzie Gore under his outs, and then Arrighetti over his outs. And then, like I mentioned already, the Dodgers and the Rockies, I would go tie block under his outs. I think it's under 15.5. My pause, though, is that he's actually pitched pretty good at home. That's why I don't want to run. I don't feel really comfortable getting after it right now as a one of my best bets kind of thing. It is certainly I think he goes under. The Dodgers, after a loss, normally come out hitting the ball pretty well. We also have the wind blowing out. So I mean, to help, the great hitting conditions that we normally have anyway, in Colorado. So on the year, he's under this in 5 of 8. But what's scary is you look at him at home, um, it's 50%. He's pitched really well against like Cleveland and Philly. He's gone over. The Dodgers are one of those teams where sometimes they let bad pitchers, pitch well against them. But I certainly do like the under 15.5 juice minus 150 though. But if you were putting in a parlay, I feel like that probably looks pretty good. Next game up, another one I don't really have action on, but what's going on with the Royals, man? I think Mitch Spence to not get a win is a good juice reducer, but it is pretty like minus 500, something like that. Seth Lugo, a better away pitcher than he is at home, but they just don't really seem to be producing. And then the Athletics are like hitting the ball again all of a sudden. Minus 155 could certainly be another leg if you're putting in or thinking about a lean parlay or something like that, like I talked about. But yeah, the Royals are going through it right now a little bit. Royals for a minute was my favorite team to bet, and they've been rough. Even actually last night or the other night, Tuesday night, when my kids were sleeping, my wife was asleep, and I was working on trying to go to bed. I put in a bet. It was 2-2 against the A's. I'm like, Royals win this game with no research. And I woke up and they lost. I think in extra innings. Okay, and then we'll skip this game because I got 2 things on it. Giants and Cardinals, though, these are really 2 teams I have no interest in betting. And then I already talked about it already. Brewers and Padres. I would lean. I think Brewers money line is a good look here. Honestly, I feel like it's just weird. Bryce Wilson doesn't really go very deep. Bryce Wilson under his outs isn't a bad look. Adam Mazur, dude walks like crazy. So I had the Brewers' first 5 team total is probably how I'd play it. You can see up there it's plus 114. That was getting close to an official play of mine here, but I don't think I'll mess with it. I also looked at his the Padres pitchers over his earned runs, but just recently he only went 3.1 innings. They pulled him when he was in trouble. He only gave up 2 earned runs. So then you get screwed. Although the team still, even though the team total would have hit, his earned runs, did not. So Orioles and Yankees. I like Luis Gil over his outs. I like Cole Irvin over his hits. So 2 different versions of it. A little dangerous being in one game, kind of having to predict the flow of one game, if that makes sense. And it wasn't until, before the show started that I realized that Luis Gil is another one of these community plays. Everybody in Twitter, every Twitter capper in the world, if you guys think, I don't know if you guys see it or think it's bad or whatever, but if we think that like there's too many people, trying to do, and more power to you. No one's gatekeeping or whatever, but there are so many, quote unquote Twitter cappers out there, that they're just all literally recycling the same plays. I bitch about it all the time. one dude puts it out, and then it's literally a community play because everyone's doing the same thing and they're all mimicking the same person, and everybody wants to have a bunch of followers and everybody wants to be famous and whatever. Um, and it's I don't even know where I'm going at it. But some plays catch wildfire because it doesn't feel like they're people that necessarily know ball, you know. It's they're the graph watchers, which is normally what I'm a little bit of a graph watcher when it comes to football. I'm not. But I like the stats and stuff, and that's where they're like, oh, this one's hit in 10 straight games, so the entire world is on Jack Flaherty, for example, when he was kind of killing it or whatever. Anyway, Luis Gill, we'll talk about him first. What? There you go. Okay. First off, this dude's got some Cy Young stuff going on. One of the better pitchers right now. Dude's been pitching really well. Let's see. They looking at the Orioles here, and I think this is since 2018. See a lot of red on here. Santander's got a couple hits on him. Westbrook's got a couple hits on him. Everybody else has really struggled. Got a hit or something or less. He's pitched really, really well against them. This is a dude that's pitched a pretty decent amount so far. You can see in the beginning, it kind of took him a while to get stretched out and get going. You can see that, he's only throwing 84 pitches, got up into the 90s, 95, 99, and then he's been hovering at 90 pitches. 88, 96, 104. He had an 18 out inning the other effort, and he was at 88 pitches the other day. So you can see that he's able to pitch up into 100, up into 100. He's gone 104 just recently, which certainly isn't scary, but it is scary to see that he threw 104 pitches and only went 5 full innings. We need him to go 6 full innings, something that he had done. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had done 7 times in a row. So he's over this in 7 of his last 9 games. If we look at home, he's over this in 4 of 7. A lot of people that bet overnight was able to get this at 16.5. I've seen. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, he's over this, blah, 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 almost every game, so on and so forth. I don't do overnight plays. I think it's stupid. There's too many things that change. That's never going to be me. 17.5. I feel pretty okay about it. If we look at the Yankees bullpen, they threw a lot of guys yesterday. I think that's probably why it's such a popular play right now. In the last 3 days, everybody has pitched. Everybody has thrown the ball in the last 3 days. Yesterday they used 1, 2, 3. They used 5 guys yesterday. Granted, 2 of those guys threw just 10 outings. Realistically, if we're looking here, they got Weaver and Tonkin available. These other guys like Holmes isn't going to be able to pitch. He's pitched back-to-back games. Marinaccio just threw 34. Gonzalez threw 20. These guys might not be available. They're really going to want Luis Gill to have they're going to want to have him go deeper in this game. So there's just one of those. Not only is he a pretty solid pitcher, the opposing team historically hasn't hit him very well, but there's that outside factor that we like to talk about, and that the bullpen, what does the team want? And the team's not going to have him go out there and wear one. I mean, he's not going to give up 10 runs. They're not going to keep letting him go and go. But I certainly don't think they want to run into a lot of bullpen usage type of deal. They're going to want him to go. They're going to want him to go deep in this game. On the other side, we got Cole Irvin over 5.5 outs. I was on an out play the other day. I had one of my lean, parlays, and they all hit outside of Jordan Montgomery, but it was also against the White Sox. I took Jordan Montgomery to give up some hits, and I trusted the White Sox, and it was in a right spot. So I mean, this definitely makes me feel better. Going against the Yankees here, which we know are just a great hitting team. The only fear I suppose in this game, the only fear in this game would be that the Yankees do a really good job of walking. And so that means that it's going to run up a pitch count. So we have to be a little bit nervous, I guess, that Cole's pitch count gets run up a little bit because of some walks. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that. You can see he's given up 9, 8, and 8 hits in his last 3 starts. Atlanta and Tampa Bay killed him. Tampa Bay is not a very good hitting team. Boston been up and down, Cincinnati up and down, Oakland up and down, Kansas City, that one's a little surprising. Minnesota, Boston, he got killed against Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the true good hitting teams out of this group here. Kansas City is certainly the other one, but a bit of a surprising one. The guy's throwing 100 pitches, 90 to 100 pitches here. Got killed against the actually pitched. I don't know. That's weird. Actually, he only pitched 72, but gave up 2 outs, 2 hits. I don't know what's up with that, but I mean, he's able to pitch pretty deep here. In terms of walks, I mean, he's not really walking a lot of guys here, thankfully. He's had some bad spots here a couple times, but if he can keep the walks down from the Yankees here, I think we're going to get some pretty good hits. Yankees hitting the ball well. Yankees hit the ball really well right now. I don't know. I don't think the Yankees are like exceptional against a lefty or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, average 14th lowest, batting average, which is okay. The lefty's not going to pitch the entire time. It's just one of those spots where you like he's more than likely going to go. You see in his last however many, 10? Yeah. So what is that? 8? In his last 8 games, he's gone into the 6th inning 7 times. So we're going to be able to get more than likely, unless he gets killed. But if he gets killed, that means we're getting a lot of hits. Unless he walks bases loaded and gives up a grand slam, and that's 1 hit. Obviously, that would suck. He's pitched 6 innings into the 6th inning, 8 out of his last 9 or 7 of 8, whatever I just said it was. Which means we just need to average 1 hit an inning. Obviously, if we can get 2 hits out of, an inning or something like that, we're good. We literally need 1 hit an inning. This guy is not, really isn't like a strikeout pitcher. I mean, he got 8 last time, but I mean, the dude's throwing 3, 4, I mean, 6 max a few times. That's not really a strikeout pitcher, to be completely honest. This isn't the type of guy that's going to have double-digit strikeouts or anything like that. This is more of a pitch to contact type pitcher, which is obviously going to be pretty dangerous against a Yankees team that hits the ball really well. So feel pretty good about it. So those will be the official plays today. And then just as a little, freebie / something to play later on, if we decide on it, it's certainly not going to count. But I think the Brewers win that game. I think they score runs against Missouri. I think there's a lot of different ways you can play it. We'll take it off. Officially today for the podcast, we're going to do Logan Allen over 15.5 outs. Lewis, whatever. I don't know which one it is. Tomato. Gill over 17.5. And we're going to run with Cole Irvin over 5.5 outs. Those are the 3 official plays. If you guys have a home run hitter that you like, let me know. I do have 3 of them, I think, pulled up. Just like, I don't know how to say her name, to be completely honest. But like he or she says, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I forgot to actually mention it before I did the 3rd play, but they were kind of the same. Hit the like button, pull it down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it yet. I am getting pretty close to being able to, I don't know if it's ads. I'm getting close to be able to monetize this. I still need 1,000 watch hours, so it's still a lot. Honestly, it's going to take another month or 2, but soon I'll be able to have where like my merch store can be underneath the video, and like I just have a little extra stuff. So like you guys are just helping me, Look, my wife loves me and all. But there's time that's where, there's times where it's like, hey, like your show's not doing anything. Your show doesn't make money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I'm not here to make money, but it would certainly be nice to have like, oh, cool, I made $20 from ad revenue or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, these lines are closing and moving around. That's kind of weird. Anyway, home run hitter wise, just real quick. Um, and then shout out to 10K challenge, my boy Ty. I don't know what the game plan is. I'll have to try to. That game's not till 7:30, so we have some time. I need to text him probably later and just see, if there's a time that he wants to, call and we just kind of cook up or whatever, so to speak, and come up with what our 10K play is going to be. Um, and whatever, because I don't know if you guys are in the beginning. My wife has my wallet at work, unfortunately, and when she gets home, I got to go to Lowe's and all that shit. And then my son's birthday party's on Sunday. Anyway, I was kind of just thinking about going off of history for this one, guys. What happened? Like, we have guys in the Discord right now. I don't For those of you that are in there or not in there, like they're hitting home run parlays and lottos. Like, it's just stupid. Like they hit a plus 42,000 like a week ago or under. Like they're hitting 2 or 3 legs all the time. And the expectation is that they actually hit them. Whereas I'm like, can I get one right? So like, not to say it's like disheartening or anything like that, but like I got 2 out of 3. I was hot in the beginning. It's just so hard to do, but like somehow these guys just do it all the time. Um, there's this boost right here because this was like the summer equinox, supposed to be the longest day today. I bet you we can parlay this. So I honestly, we're not gonna do it on here. I'm not gonna log in on here for you guys to see, but anyway, I liked Gurriel. He's got a good history against Mackenzie Gore. It's gonna be hot. The ball's gonna travel really well. He's got 3 hits on him. He's faced him 3 times. He's got 3 singles. Sees them well. Sees the ball well. Dude's due to kind of break out and start hitting the ball pretty well again. Jose Ramirez has, if I'm not mistaken, the dude's got like 3 home runs against Luis Castillo. So, like I said, was just kind of going history on this one today. Yeah, he's got 3 home runs against them, so he sees them pretty well. Um, and then I talked about there being weather and stuff, though, but honestly, this Dodgers game wouldn't be bad because there's actually wind blowing out at Colorado. That's probably why it's got a 12 on the over. But I am going to go with Jordan Alvarez here. He has a home run against Chris Flexen. We also have wind blowing out to right field, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have my little cheat sheet pulled up anymore. I must have closed that. I don't feel like getting back in my email. Like I said, I pay for it. It's through Dub Club, so like it's $10 a month, and they email me. They're like Sims and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna run this. These guys have all hit a home run against, well, outside of Gurriel, but he's hit them well. These guys have all hit their opposing pitchers pretty well. These guys are all power guys. These are all guys that you could certainly expect to hit home runs. We're not going after no D Gordon type or anything like that, So I think it's a good look. I will certainly use the parlay. Well, let's see. What's this say? All customers get 30% profit boost to use on to hit a home run wager. Same game parlay. Oh wait. Same game parlay plus. Parlay wagers are all eligible. Perfect. So I'm gonna use the 30% boost on this. This is gonna get us over 10,000. I don't know what's gonna be for sure, but it's gonna get us over 10, maybe even to 11,000 on this boost right here. So this is what I will use it for. And that's it, guys. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and close her out. I got about an hour, less than an hour to get some of these early plays out. Give me some lunch, work on some of the things I need to do. Try to listen to some day baseball. I doubt I can actually watch anything today. But yeah. We're gonna go with Jose Ramirez. It's Lords, right? Like Lourdes, Gurriel. If that's even right, man. There's so many different ways to pronounce things. Jordan Alvarez, and then for some reason that Cole Irvin is closed, but it'll come back up. Logan Allen over 15.5 outs. Luis Gill over 17.5 outs. Cole Irvin over 5.5 hits. But that's all I got. That's what we'll do. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna close it out. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked, like. If you watched on Twitter, you made it this far and you enjoyed the show, come on over to YouTube, where we are live every single day ish, outside of Monday through Friday, live every day on Monday through Friday. Try to get back into some kind of a weekend thing eventually. Definitely when football season. I think my wife understands that football season's always been a big thing for me. So Saturday mornings, college football, pretty good at college football. Probably better at college football than I am at NFL, to be completely honest. And then obviously we have the NFL Sundays, where instead of home run lottos, we will be putting together anytime touchdown scores, like 4-leg plus 1,000 type Johns. Be fun. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna close it out. See you guys back tomorrow.